Do you think exercise is good or bad, and how good it is? I am not going to tell you walking is the best exercise for you. No, you must jog. Unless you jog, it is not useful. Different people have different tastes. There is no one size fits all in the world. Okay, you cannot satisfy everyone. If you do a 30-minute walk, fairly brisk, 5 times a week, is it enough to reduce your sugar? Is it enough to reduce your weight? No. I saw a 75-year-old man running. So I thought, he is 75 and he is running. Why can't I run? I started running and I hurt my knee immediately because I was not used to it. Later on, when I talked to him, he said, last 35 years I am running. Now that's something I didn't know. I just saw him and I said, if he can run, then I can run. Everything in moderation is the best for your health. Anything you do too much, it will actually have bad consequences or unforeseen consequences on you. The FAR, these are the 3 components of exercise. What is this FAR? F is for flexibility, A is aerobics, R is resistance training. And we have recently come up with a dance form called as Tandav. Now this was perfected by my daughter Dr. Anjana, Dr. Ranjini Harish and our team at the Dr.Mohan's Diabetes Specialities Center and the Madras Diabetes Research Foundation. I will play a small video for you to see of an active, enjoyable dance performance. You can get all the exercise that you need for the whole day. Hello everyone, I am Dr. V. Mohan and today I am going to talk to you about a topic which is very popular and very common, exercise. Now everybody knows that exercise is good. In fact, we did a survey. We asked people in the whole city of Chennai, do you think exercise is good or bad, and how good it is? And everybody said, oh, it is very good, it reduces the sugar, it reduces the weight, it reduces blood pressure, it improves heart function, prevents heart attacks, prevents strokes, even some cancers. They knew all about it. Then we asked them, but do you exercise? Guess what? 5 to 10% of people actually do the exercise. So why is this gap? People know about the benefits of exercise and yet they are not doing it. This is what I would like to call it as excusitis. Now, itis means in medicine an inflammation, conjunctivitis, iritis, something like that. Cholecystitis, that means the gallbladder is involved. So, when you use the word itis, it means some disease is there in the body. Giving excuses is another disease. I will give you some simple tips how to do exercise. First of all, make up your mind that you are going to do it, and that you will be regular with it. Then I will tell you about how much you should do, whether you should do it every day or not, that is another one. Then what exercise to do. Now all this is dependent on your choice. I am not going to tell you walking is the best exercise for you. No, you must jog. Unless you jog, it is not useful. Different people have different tastes. There is no one size fits all in the world. Okay, you cannot satisfy everyone. For one person, it may be dance. For one person, it may be badminton or tennis or swimming. Different people have different. People say walking is so boring. But you know what? I love walking. I love walking and see the green spaces, get the fresh air in the morning. That's what I love. But I cannot tell everybody to do that. So whatever your exercise form that you choose, do it regularly. Now the question, let's take walk itself. That's easiest to understand, isn't it? And not everybody can do jogging and run marathon and so on. We are not talking about the super fit heroes. We are talking about common man, Aam Aadmi. What should that person do as exercise? Now let's say walk itself. Should the walk be for 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours? How much should you walk? Well, the World Health Organization says 150 minutes per week. They say if you do a 30-minute walk, fairly brisk, 5 times a week, that is a minimum and is probably enough for good health. Is it enough to reduce your sugar? Is it enough to reduce your weight? No. You will have to do much more than that. You will probably have to do 60 minutes every day and probably do it 6 days a week if you want to reduce your sugar and to reduce your weight. Now you will say, oh, I tried walking for 1 hour, next day I got pain here, I got pain there, and so I stopped. Why? Because you are not regular. You have not been training your body, you have not made your body fit, and that is the reason why you had to stop, because you had all these pains and so on. So start slowly, start with 20-minute walk, slowly increase it, half an hour, 40 minutes. If you are able to do 1 hour, very good. If you feel too tired, then you have done too much. When after you finish your walk, you must be able to go to work without any tiredness. That means you have done the right amount. Also, do not compare with somebody else who is walking. I made that mistake when I was much younger. I saw a 75-year-old man running. So I thought, he is 75 and he is running, why can't I run? I started running and I hurt my knee immediately because I was not used to it. Later on when I talked to him, he said, last 35 years I am running. Now that is something I did not know. I just saw him and I said, if he can run, then I can run. Well, if you have been running for 35 years, you can also do that. So slowly but steadily increase it. Is there something called too much of exercise? You are overdone it? Definitely. Everything in moderation is the best for your health. Anything you do too much, it will actually have bad consequences or unforeseen consequences on you. Let me give you an example. Now suppose you do a 30-minute walk, as WHO says. You have reached a certain level of fitness, a certain level of benefit. You keep exercising. You have now done 45 minutes, little more benefit. At 1 hour, let us say you have reached the peak of your benefit. Now, it is not that forever it will keep on increasing. If you do 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, at some point it will plateau. That means if you do more than that, you do not get any benefit. And after some time, it will actually go down. The benefit will go down. The risk will increase. You may either hurt your ankle or hurt your muscles or tear your muscles or hurt your knees or put too much pressure on the heart. So for everything there is moderation. Do it regularly, slowly build it up, find the level at which you are comfortable. We say pain, no gain. Suppose you do some exercise which is resulting in severe pain, you are overdone it, you are doing too much. Do not compare with somebody else who says, no, I ran and then nothing happened to him. That is his problem. Your problem is that you have to decide how much you have to do, that you can do regularly. You know what happens when you exercise? Something called lactic acid accumulates in your muscles, because when you start exercising rapidly, this lactic acid starts accumulating. That is what is producing the pain. If you give it a day's rest, the muscles all come back, the lactic acid goes away, and you are able to continue your exercise without any interruption and without any side effects. So always listen to your body will tell you how much exercise you should do. Do not do more than that, and if possible do not do less than that. Regularity is the key, and you have to regularly do your exercise, slowly increase your performance, and you will find, you will be surprised. If you look back on your history, if you are keeping a diary, you will say, my God, I could not even do this 3 months ago, see how much I have improved. Some people like cycling, so they keep taking up cycling, and lot of people all over India have now got fancy cycles, sometimes ordinary cycles. They form groups of cyclists. One of the tips I would like to tell you is, if you have a small group, a small peer group, I have a peer group of 4 or 5 people with whom I go for a walk. So even if I do not go for a day, they will call me and say, what happened? We missed you. So that peer pressure will keep you going regularly for your walk. You have to give an excuse why you did not go. If you do not do that, if you are doing it by yourself, one day you will stop and then you will say, tomorrow should I go or should I not go? Remember the 21-day rule. If you do an activity for 21 days continuously, it will become a habit for you. Any habit, good or bad habit. it'll happen that way. Suppose you are not a person who drinks coffee, okay, and today at 11 o'clock in the morning I felt, let me have a coffee. Next day I'll feel, should I have that coffee or not? Next day also I have a coffee. Then the third day it will become very strong. At 11 o'clock you have to have that coffee. After 21 days it will be impossible for me to function without that coffee. If 11 o'clock I don't get that coffee, I'll get headache. I've got addicted to coffee. It's not a bad thing. I'm just telling you that that's how it works. Similarly, good things also. If you're going regularly for a walk, you will feel guilty if you don't go for a walk. For 21 days you have done it, thereafter you won't feel like breaking. Suppose 21 days you don't go for a walk. Something happened, some holidays came, marriage came, something, and you broke it. It's very difficult to go back, because your body will be, one half of the brain will tell you, why should you go for the walk? Sleep for some more time. That's good. Doctor said sleep is also important. Yes, I said sleep is important, but I didn't tell you that exercise is not important. So balancing everything is very important. Early to bed and early to rise makes you healthy, wealthy and wise. And remember always the FAR principle, which I always keep talking about, the FAR. These are the three components of exercise. What is this FAR? F is for flexibility. So you must be able to do exercises for your neck, for your shoulder, for your knees. You must be able to turn so that you suddenly don't get some disc prolapse or some muscle tear or some sprain and so on. So that is flexibility, which is very, very important. Upper limbs, lower limbs, you have to do that. A is aerobics. I've been talking about that all along, about walking, jogging, swimming and so on. And R is resistance training. Your muscles need to be toned up, and that is what you do when you do resistance training. Both for the upper limb as well as for the lower limb, you can do this resistance training. So remember the FAR principle. So in summary, I would like to say that physical activity, which we otherwise call as exercise, is one of the most important things for a human being. Many people tell me, it's all right for you to say, doctor, you don't know how busy I am. You're talking about half an hour, 1 hour. For me to find 15-20 minutes itself for exercise is very difficult. Well, we have a solution for that also. HIIT, which stands for High Intensity Interval Training. And there is a video which will teach you all about HIIT, and we have recently come up with a dance form called as Tandav. Now this was perfected by my daughter Dr. Anjana, Dr. Ranjini Harish and our team at the Dr.Mohan's Diabetes Specialities Center and the Madras Diabetes Research Foundation, and I will play a small video for you to see of an active, enjoyable dance performance. You can get all the exercise that you need for the whole day. So thank you. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. We'll be talking more about other lifestyle related factors, including diet, sleep, and so on in subsequent videos.